Purity Ring Graves EP review. Let's chat about it. Good evening, good day, my friends. John here from What's Spinning, here tonight to chat about this latest EP from Purity Ring. These guys and gals are a Canadian electro-pop duo, and they are a band that, to be honest, I forget how much I really loved around the time of their inception. Their debut album, Shrines, is an album that I forget just how much I loved at the time. It is equal parts bubbly and cute, but also just dark enough and maybe even a little witchy at times, all the while remaining really consistent and catchy and just something really different for synth pop and electro pop at the time. I was so hyped for their follow-up album, Another Eternity, but was also massively let down by it. The production, the songwriting, the aesthetic as a whole just was not the same this time around. And while maybe a small improvement, 2020's Womb wasn't exactly winning me back either for a lot of the same reasons. Which brings me to this new EP. Why am I here? Honestly, I thought a lot of the singles leading up to this thing sounded much more like their debut album than their last two albums. And I'm going to let you guys on a little secret. I think this is the best material they've put out in a really long time. This EP starts off with Graves, and not for nothing, I love it as an intro. I loved it since I first heard it. It has everything that I want from a Purity Ring track. It's got crisp production, it's got this very twinkling, very nocturnal beat, as well as just a likability that I haven't heard from them since their debut. It's so sweet, it's bubbly, it's just dark enough, but it's also damn adorable at times. I really do love this. I really like Neverend as well. I also, honestly think this track is even better. The glitchy, sort of oddball beat and the very sweet vocals to this track play off each other really well. It reminds me of what I liked about them in their first few years so much. Hell, this would be like a great Kingdom Hearts theme. It's also one of the catchiest and most instantaneous tracks here. It just sounds like this came very easy to them, and I haven't been able to say that in a really long time. We also get tracks like Nothing's Fine, which is, God, some of the coolest sounding stuff they've put out in a while. It's much more experimental than they've been the last couple of years. It's very freakish, very weird. It's a big risk, but it brings some pretty big results. I mean, it's pretty short and sweet, but man, is it memorable. I love Unlucky as well. Between the fluttering synths and the very gloomy lyrics, there's a lot to love. The production, once again, is also really solid as well. It is such a simple formula, but honestly, I'm glad they went back to basics because it worked back then and it's working now. It also goes surprisingly hard. As far as a great deep cut goes, don't look any further than Watersong. It's playful and light, but it's also one of the more emotional moments here. It's also just dark enough to get an edge to it. It's not as intense or as Witch House inspired as their debut, but it's just the right blend of sweet and sour. And I really love this off-kilter beat too. And Soshy is one of the more dramatic and intense offerings here. Production is downright suffocating at times. I mean, outside of that, you kind of know what to expect, but that's not a bad thing. You're getting the sweet and innocent vocals, the bubbly beats with a dark twist. But yeah, overall, Purity Ring really bounced back with this. I mean, I do have one complaint. I don't think Exalt is a very good finale. But just how consistent this EP has been, this just seems like a real toss-away. It's a piano-led instrumental, but one that really doesn't hit me at all. Outside of that, I mean, for me, I kind of wish that they maybe dwelled on this a little bit longer, gave us a little bit more material, another 2 tracks or so, or maybe made this into an album, but this is easily one of the best EPs I've heard all year. And I'm so happy to just be on the sort of good side of Purity Ring once again, because this is where I want to hear them always, and I'm so glad they are back here. I'm feeling a very decent 8 on this EP, but let me know what you guys think down below. If you like the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, friends.